Hello, my name is Edgar and I'm from Holland. Today I want to start a global action with you. Yes, with you. And you, and you, and you. But if you're alone, with you. Recently I saw the movie of Leonardo DiCaprio called Before the Flood. See the link somewhere here. I was shocked, more than I thought. I saw the global climate is changing and it's changing rapidly. And I also saw why it's changing. The film showed me that we have been digging out old and ancient trees in the form of coal, fossil fuels. We burn these old ancient trees as our fuel to gain energy. But we forget one thing: to replant a new tree. This causes a global carbon dioxide (CO2) increment. Because of the CO2 increment, the temperature is rising globally as well due to that. There is so much coal in the ground because there used to be very much trees in ancient times. That means that we must put trees back if we burn our coals, and we do. Now, governments, they have debating this issue for many decades and never came to an active solution. In doing so, they wasted many decades of time as well. So, from my point of view, we are going to change that today. Right here, right now. You see, this is my world and your world. This is our world too. It's not only the government's world. And that made me decide to organize this global tree planting action. You need trees for the oxygen and wood, and trees need you. So you need trees and trees need you. Well, it is very simple, and I prepared a little thing how to do so. What I did, I took some tree seeds here, acorn. This is a maple seed, and basically you have to drop them in a little box like this. And what you can also do is first add, and I took it here, add a little ground. This is earth. Put it in the bottom. Put the seeds in. There are 5 seeds in this case. Put them in. Put some more ground on top. Yep, like this. Well, now you got a container with ground, seeds, and ground again. Hope you can see it. Ground, seeds, and ground again. And you add a little water. And then you have to wait a couple of months. That is how simple we can solve this CO2 problem. Okay, let's stand over here. Of course, this will take us a couple of months, but this is a start in how to stop carbon dioxide from entering the atmosphere and to take it out in the form of wood. These are trees. I mean, deliberately trees, because trees absorb a lot of CO2. I made a little calculation, and these are rough numbers, so don't pinpoint me if they're not exactly correct. These are rough numbers. And the thing is, a tree absorbs CO2 from the air, and a tree needs water, as I showed you. Both chemicals, CO2 and H2O, water, we have right now in our current situation, we have too much if the Earth temperature is rising. CO2 in the air and water in the rising oceans. The rising water in the oceans. Now, every kilogram of a full-grown tree, every kilogram contains about 250 grams carbon, pure carbon. And this represents about 920 or 950 grams of carbon dioxide, CO2. So that is roughly 4 times as much. So 1 kilo of wood represents approximately 1 kilo of CO2. And 1 kilo of CO2 represents 1900 liters of CO2. If you want to know the details of the calculation, I can show you if you like to. These are rough numbers, so don't pinpoint me on it. The next step is in several months, and I'm lucky to live in a neighborhood where we have that, even in Holland. Next step, in several months from now, when the tree has started to grow some height, is to plant that tree at the edge of a forest, where the forest is stopping and the desert is starting. And what we try to do is move the edge of the forest and to minimize the desert. And I call up to you to do this globally. You can do that wherever you are. We are with 7 billion people, so everybody can plant at least one tree. At least. That's the minimum that you can do. Plant one tree. Or if you prefer, I put in 5 seeds now. I got a whole bunch of maple tree seeds here. We call them in Holland, we call esdoorn, but these are called in English, they're called maple tree seeds, and I got a whole bunch of them, so I can plant a lot of trees. And yes, every tree represents thousands of kilograms of wood, and thus thousands of kilograms of carbon dioxide as well, and many tens of thousands of liters of CO2. Now, if you are living close to a desert, then plant that tree on the edge of the desert, where the desert or the forest is almost ending and goes over to an intermediate phase between desert and wood. Plant it 3 to 5 meters away from the last tree. Go to the edge and plant it over there. And if many thousands and millions of people of you are doing that, then we are regaining the woods again. And don't let governments stop you. They may try to, but don't let them stop you. The earth is from you, from me, and from every individual person. So the world is from me too. And since governments failed to do the needed action, I call on to you as a civilian to do this globally, worldwide. I mean, in Australia, you got a lot of deserts. Replant the desert. We need it. It's a necessity. It's not that we want to hurt the government, but the world community needs it. And so we need to do this. I try to, via this YouTube site, give you more tips and tricks how to reduce the CO2 content in our atmosphere, and so to reduce the climate change, because it affects you in wherever you are, and it affects me here where I am now here. Right now I'm here in Holland. So it affects everybody. It's your concern too, whoever you are. I don't care who you are. it concerns you too. You are affected, and your children and your grandchildren will be affected if we don't take action now. And so that's why I'm calling on to you as a world civilian. You are a civilian of the world. And the governments failed for many decades to take action, so I call on to you as a world civilian to take action, to really take action and plant a tree as much as you can. And if you do one, it's fine. If you do more, it's better. Okay, this is what I want to share with you, and I try to motivate you to do this as well. You can do it right now. I mean, if you can fetch these seeds from the street, especially in this type of season. All the trees have a lot of seeds, and they drop them. I have an acorn seed, and many more on the street, so I can pick them from the street, put them in little boxes like this, and make a little space in your house to grow these trees, and then later you can plant them close to a desert. We have here an area that is about to desertify, and they cut a lot of wood pretty recently, and I don't agree with it. So I try to replant the trees when they are grown up. So, but that I will show you in a couple of months when it's happening, and I try to keep you updated about these actions as well. I try to give you some more tips and tricks how to reduce the CO2. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.